Welcome to Hockey Nights in Vegas. My name is Eddie Rivkin. I'm joined as always by Hockey Canada 2028 General Manager Sarina Taylor. This episode, like all the others, is brought to you by Dr. John Pierce, my very good friend at agelessforever.net. I have a whole bunch of stories to talk about, but you want to start with a joke?
Always. Okay.
Winnipeg Jets.
Well, that's not new. I mean,
but it's a joke.
I wouldn't laugh too fucking hard.
Why? Are they
considering the Golden Knights barely got by them?
The Winnipeg Jets were the President's Cup winner last year. They are 32nd in the NHL.
That's what I want to ask.
They have not won a game in 23 calendar days.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about them. Do you believe in the President's curse?
Oh, 100%.
So do I.
1,000%.
There's arguments. There are arguments out there that they're like, no, it's actually no.
Those people are fucking morons. Just look at the statistics.
Okay.
Take the last 20, and I think 3 out of 20 have won.
That's the argument is they've tried to say like, oh, well, and I'm like, no, there's a curse. I believe in that shit. Like, don't touch the trophy. Don't touch this. Don't touch that.
Listen, Junior was the best hockey I played. And I've had the Stanley Cup next to me, and I won't fucking touch it.
Eddie, I won't touch it. I've never had.
You're a girl.
And here's why.
Well, I totally.
I didn't earn the right to touch the fucking Stanley Cup.
Exactly.
And listen, this is good. This chaps my ass more than anything. I'll see these motherfuckers like in Florida. People will hoist. First of all, you do not hoist the Stanley Cup unless you won it. Oh. And when I say you, I mean like general managers, coaches. You were part of the team that won.
My God.
These fucking fans and staff members that are getting rings and hoisting the cup. Bitch, put the fucking cup down. Put it down.
Oh my God. You know, if you were here.
No, I couldn't do it.
No, you wouldn't. You'd be in jail.
Yeah, probably.
Because a couple of the press row guys picked up the cup.
No, you don't. You're a fucking moron. You don't. That clearly shows you don't know shit about hockey.
I won't.
I won't touch it. I didn't earn it. I'm not touching it. Okay, that went really off. See, I shouldn't have fucking. I told him.
You're all zipped up on coffee before we start.
Do we really want to do this today? Yeah, we're fucking doing it.
Okay. I have a trivia question for you.
Ooh, hit it.
And this will have to do with the club that you divorced, the Edmonton Oilers. Who has more points this year? Trent Frederick of the Edmonton Oilers or Joey Decord, the goalie for the Seattle Kraken?
It must be Joey Decord. I mean, Trent Frederick didn't play and then they're sitting him, so...
It's a tie.
Oh, it is? Okay.
3-3.
It's a trick. Well, to be fair, Trent Frederick, I think he's on the bubble, but he...
Bubble of what?
Getting traded.
Oh, okay.
He's on the bubble.
Not the bubble of cracking the lineup.
No, he hasn't really been playing, and but anyway.
He's got a lot of money for 3 points.
Yeah, I would take it.
You take 3 points?
Yeah, I'd take the money.
Take the money.
I could get 3 points at some point in the NHL. Just put me on a line with McJesus, who has more points than God.
Okay.
Lately. And I'll get something. I'll get a little apple somewhere.
Here's a complicated question for you. Of all the people that are on the Vancouver Canucks, that are being paid by the Vancouver Canucks this year, your second favorite club in Canada, the Vancouver.
Yeah,
love them. Fucking love them. Of all the people being paid money by the Vancouver Canucks, who has the most points?
Oh, I have no idea. I honestly couldn't even venture a guess at who would have the most points.
Would you like me to tell you?
Yeah.
His name is Oliver Ekman-Larsson.
Oh, on Vancouver?
He doesn't play for Vancouver,
Yeah,
but Vancouver's paying him $4.9 million.
On the payroll, you mean? I was like, wait, what?
On the payroll.
Oh, my God.
He has, according to my notes, 41 points.
You know,
for the Leafs.
You know what I feel is really strange about OEL? He's played on like 8 teams. It's crazy.
When he
was
in Arizona, they were talking about him as the next coming of Ray Bork.
Yeah, he was really
like,
good.
Norris. Now he's got more jerseys in his man cave.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
His suitcase. Do you know who the biggest suitcase in the NHL is? Ever in history doesn't play anymore? I'll give you a hint. He lives locally now.
I did know that. There's somebody that's got like 14 of them.
I think, Jamie Heward and Mike Sillinger might have been tied. I think Mike Sillinger might be the biggest suitcase. I was thinking it was Jamie Heward, assistant coach of the Silver Knights, but it might be Silly now.
I think it's Sillinger with
now.
like 14
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
crazy.
Like, it's an insane amount.
Played in a whole like conference and a half kind of
Right.
thing.
And I was going to ask you if you knew the one player that's played for all 6 of the original 6, but I can't remember who that is.
Who's played for all original 6? Is it recent? Or is it like from the original?
It's fairly recent actually, but I have no idea who it is. And
now you're going to I'll think of it, but
yeah, but so it's been an interesting week. But we're not going to talk about that because we have important stuff to get to, because the Golden Knights have reached the 41 game mark. And normally we have a whole Golden Knights segment. I don't think we're going to do that. We're going to flip the script because we've got another thing coming up later. Let's get the commercial in now from Dr. John Pierce, and then we're going to stay right in the pocket and talk report card for the Golden Knights at the halfway point. So we'll be back in just a minute. We've got a word coming from Dr. John Pierce, and then Professor Taylor is going to not so gently critique the Vegas Golden Knights first half of the season. So we'll be right back. I'm here with Dr. John Pierce, and if you watch the podcast, you've seen information about all different kinds of treatments and procedures and things like that are done here at Ageless Forever. I'm going to tell you the real story of me. And you guys see commercials on television for Ozempic and Wegovy and all these other things, and they tell you can lose this much weight or that much weight and how much money it is and all that other happy horse shit. This is going to be about me and my relationship with my friend of over 30 years. 2 years ago and change, on January 1st of 23, I weighed 340 pounds, and I didn't feel like there was much time left. I felt just horrible, and it's completely my fault. I disrespected everything about my being, but I decided that it was time to call my friend and talk about it and see, if it could actually work, if I could get better, if I could continue to live and maybe live a good life. So I was basically 59 when I started at 340 pounds. I'm now 2 years and change into it. I'm walking around 235 pounds. I have never in my adult life felt better than I feel right now. And I owe this 1,000%. There's no other factor involved in my wellness than the care of my good friend, Dr. Pierce.
What can I say besides thank you? I mean, those are powerful words.
I mean, tell them, I mean, be honest. Yeah. Tell them how bad it was when we started.
Was it bad? Yeah. We had low testosterone. We had a lot of extra weight.
Cholesterol through the moon.
High cholesterol, blood pressure, immobility. Eddie didn't, share with you his, back issues and need for surgical intervention there. But we attacked this, and I'll tell you, as we did, Eddie was a little hesitant into diving in head first. He put his toes in and tested the water and kept testing it. And we did a little bit more and a little bit more, but he stayed the course. And that's the key, is we just got a little bit better every day. And we used a GLP-1 medication with him. My goal is to use a lower than what's normally prescribed dose and try to titrate to effect. And the other way I'm doing it now that we hadn't done with Eddie at the time is I'm actually dosing it in microdoses throughout the week. So three injections a week at a much lower dose to keep a steadier state of the medication, so we don't get the nausea and the vomiting and the other GI upset issues. So we really reduce the risk for side effects and maintain appetite control. And then, we had to work with our nutrition folks here to get Eddie to really believe in eating healthier. Because when I first talked to him he said, it's working well. I don't drink a whole 6-pack and eat 2 pizzas. I'm down to 2 Cokes and a half a pizza. And I said,
baby steps. It's all about baby steps, folks.
With Eddie, it's all still crap. So you're now absorbing more of it because it's going through the system slower. But now we've got him eating a lot healthier. And there's still work to be done. And that's with all of us. We all try to get better every day. He's following a good supplement regimen, good diet. He's beginning exercise, walking around with 110 pounds less makes life a lot easier. I remember we took a trip to New York, and we were walking to one of the games, and you slipped and fell on your knee.
Yep. On the grate.
On the grate. And I thought, oh man, because that, and you didn't get hurt, but we were on our way down with the weight. I think today it would have been we would have been just laughing about it.
Right. But in the beginning, it would have been tragic,
disastrous. But I never forget it because I was like, oh, geez, that had to hurt. I'm sure it did because you end up going home, called it an early evening. But bottom line is, we have a lot of services to offer with weight loss. We can use medication. We have nutrition consultants here. We have hormone replacement for both men and women. We do peptide therapy for the right reasons, using great, good sources through U.S. pharmacies. So if there's things that you want to improve about with your health and wellness, please come in. Let's just sit down and talk and find out what it is you're looking to do. And I'll give you an honest answer of whether or not we can help your, but in most cases, I believe we can.
I mean, it's simple. This one's a little different than all the others. This is my truth and this is my story. And I'm going to spare you because I'm a kind, gentle soul sharing the before and after pictures because you don't need to see that, especially if you just had a nice meal. But you owe it to yourself. And I'm proof that it works. So if you want to feel better about yourself, it doesn't cost you anything to have a conversation. I mean, is there anything better than free and knowledge when you put those two things together? Pick up the phone. When you get one of the girls on the phone, say, you heard about Ageless Forever on the Hockey Nights in Vegas podcast. They'll set you up with a consultation. You'll just sit and talk and you'll share, and Dr. Pierce will tell you what he thinks he can do. And again, the end of all these is the same. You owe it to yourself to be the best you. And this is the way that I chose to do it. And I might not be around to do this podcast if I didn't, take advantage of the opportunity and believe in it and commit to it slowly at first. But now it's a lifestyle thing for me. I'm carrying the weight. I still could use a little bit less, but I'm not gaining the weight back. All that stuff that you hear about, when you get off of it, you immediately blow back up. That's happy horse shit. If you take care of yourself, you'll maintain it. So do something good for yourself. Do something good for your significant other, for your kids. All it takes is a phone call and a sit down. So that's what I highly recommend. If you have any questions, you want to talk to me about it, shoot me a message. Everybody knows how to find me. So if you're ready to take the first step, pick up the phone, call 702-838-1994. Any of the girls can take care of you. Your first appointment is on the podcast. Just mention to them that you're a fan of the Hockey Nights in Vegas podcast. Do something good for yourself. Pick up that phone, make the call. You'll thank me later. I know that. And we're back. Professor Taylor, the categories...
It's general manager to you.
Pardon me. The classes that we are going to be grading on are the goaltenders, the defense, the offense, the penalty kill, the power play, the coaching, and an overall halfway grade. I want you to think very carefully about this. Should we hide each other's grades and then do like the big reveal? Or
Sure, it's like the Olympics with
Right,
the figure skating.
The East German judge gives you a 5.2.
Like the fucking Russians screwing Canada at the
Right.
at the figure skating. Now,
Okay, so thank you, Office Max, for the beautiful dry erase boards.
all right, what's the first one?
The first category is goaltending.
Okay.
Okay. Right?
You go first and tell me why.
You want to do it at the same time? Or you want to do it one at a time?
Well, we can, but then Mateus is going to be bouncing all over the place.
Yeah, that's
right?
okay. All right, I'll go first.
Right? Okay. Okay, I'll go.
Wait, I thought you want to let me explain first.
Well, fuck it. It's almost the same.
Oh, we've already destroyed this fucking
No,
bit.
no,
It's
no.
only 2 minutes in.
I want to know why you put that, and I'll tell you why I put this.
I put B minus because it's inconsistency. You can't do anything with the injury bug. And there's no guarantee that Aiden Hill would ever return to his Stanley Cup form, but he got injured early on. They've got pretty okay goaltending, but it could be better. You can't ask much more of Carter Hart, I don't think, coming off of a 22-month layoff. But they're not getting, Bruce has always talked about, we just need to get a couple of saves, right? Recency bias, they've been letting in there've been a lot of goals from deep, from the point, from above the circles and below the blue line. Those are problematic. How much of it is defense? We'll probably talk about that a lot more when we get to scoring the defense. There's room to improve. I believe that Carter Hart will get better as he gets more reps. He's got 10 or 11 games in, but still 22 months is an awful, awful long time. He has shown flashes of brilliance, and recently he's let in, it would be fair to say 2 or 3 goals that he would prefer to have back. So they're getting the job done, but the team would be better as a whole if we got a little bit more out of the goalies.
I agree. I put a B, just a B flat, mostly for the same things, but I think it's just the lack of consistency. I mean, let's be honest. They've dressed 4 goaltenders this year. Not anybody's fault. It's just there's no consistency. They haven't had enough of a chance to get right. So it's been a month and a little bit more since Carter Hart's been here. That's not near enough time. So
but now it's going to get even more complicated. The big surprise of the week was Aiden Hill was out on the roadie and practicing. We got no notice whatsoever. I can't remember if it was Danny Webster of the RJ. Somebody was there and broke it, and it was a holy shit moment because everything we had been told, and when Team Canada announced the roster for the Olympics and he wasn't on, everybody basically said, all right, we'll see you after the Olympic break. Now, the normal runway when they start to skate, and for the non-goaltenders, it's non-contact for a while, then it's contact in the lineup. I don't quite know how that scheduling is with Sean Burke, with how he brings rehab's goalies back, but they're looking at the possibility of, having no goalies, having Schmidt as your number one goalie with the poor kid in Henderson who was over his head, but played, admirably in his first NHL go-round, to now you've got 3 NHL goaltenders, and Akira Schmid, congratulations, by the way, named to the Olympic team for his home country today. They're looking at a possible traffic jam.
I mean, maybe, but in my mind, Carter Hart's your starter. Then you figure it out from there. This is not saying Aiden Hill's coming back next week, right? Like, we don't know. But let's say he comes back in 2 weeks.
We'll play. Yeah, let's play devil's
Before
advocate.
trade deadline.
Which trade deadline? There's 2.
What do you mean?
There's no trades during the Olympics.
No. The actual trade deadline.
The March trade deadline.
Yeah, because it's kind of 6-1, right? But the actual trade deadline. Because I don't think it's necessarily going to be cut tight with the Olympics because of his injury or whatever. But it's like the option, I don't know. I'm kind of the belief that they could get something for Aiden Hill. I don't know why you wouldn't. If you want to keep Carter Hart as your starter and Schmid as your backup, because I don't think Aiden Hill's a backup goaltender, but I don't think Akira Schmid is is a glorified starter. So it's like you got to kind of weigh it out and go, are we going to let Aiden Hill be the backup here, or are we going to trade him and whatever? They didn't sign Carter Hart to not have him be a starter. There's no way.
So you think, okay, let me go backwards for a second. Are they going to make a move before the Olympics if Aiden Hill's healthy? They have to. They don't have the cap space to carry all three.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
and certainly Akira Schmid's going to not clear waivers. Well, I stuttered really bad that time. Okay. Huh? Akira Schmid's not going to clear waivers, not based on this year's performance.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who knows? We could talk about this probably all day, but it doesn't matter until Aiden Hill comes back, right? We don't know. We're not gonna know.
Okay. Next up, the defense. One, two, three.
Wah, wah.
Okay. You want to ladies first?
I gave them a B- on defense because I don't feel like overall, this is why they didn't get a C from me. Because defensively, overall, the team has been pretty good. They haven't allowed a lot of shots on net this year. And I think that goes to be said for the whole team. So when you said defense, I assumed you meant defense, not just defensemen. Or did you mean just defense? Whatever. I'll justify both. But the defensemen I don't think have been terrible. I don't think that there's really been a situation where you can look and go, that defenseman specifically cost us a game. But I feel like guys like Ben, Bobby, or Hutton, all of a sudden he's got what, six goals? Like, it came out of nowhere. So I feel like he gets some brownie points, and it is pretty tricky with, Shea Theodore out, now Braden McNabb out. So I couldn't give them a C because they're not running on all cylinders, but it hasn't been atrocious in my opinion.
I gave them a C+ for probably most of those same reasons, but the big takeaway for the defensemen is how much they really miss Alex Pietrangelo. And Alex Pietrangelo struggled last year, and nobody knew why. And then we found out that he needed to have both of his hips resurfaced, and we all looked like giant jerk-offs for dogging his play, when I couldn't imagine what he must have been doing just to be able to get in the lineup. But losing your legitimate number one D guy who plays all the hard minutes, you're putting everybody in slots where it might not be the greatest fit. Shea Theodore's defensive game has improved significantly this year, but he's not Alex Pietrangelo, and he's probably not a first pair defenseman unless he's playing with somebody like Alex Pietrangelo. Braden McNabb is a horse. I mean, he's missing his first games after playing 297 games in a row. But he's not really a bona fide first pair D. So losing Pietrangelo forces all of these people to be a little bit juxtaposed. And then you take out Nick Hague and you add Caden Korzak, who deserves his opportunity. But you've got everybody playing not in their optimal situation to begin with. And then you add the injury bug. In my opinion, Jeremy Lauzon has not performed near adequately enough. He had another terrible giveaway last in the game against Winnipeg that ended up in the back of the net 20 seconds later. Yes, he's a physical presence. Yes, he hits everything. But he doesn't have a partner who can take up the slack when he goes out of position and runs somebody to the boards, and he leaves an odd man situation against the remaining defensemen. They have a lot of finding themselves to do. Unfortunately, the injury bug, we know that Braden McNabb is going to be out for weeks, not days. We know nothing about Shea Theodore. He was named to the Olympic team. He was on the road trip that they just completed. But, until we see tomorrow night and probably practice on Friday to get an update from Bruce, you've got 6 guys. You've called up Jacob Megna, the captain of the Henderson Silver Knights. He's a valiant, hardworking guy, but so far he seems a little outmatched. And there's too much flux. And what they need is that maneuver right there. They need to calm everything down. They need to find a rhythm, and they don't have any of that right now. So there's a lot of work, I think, with the D-Corps.
Okay, but Alex Pietrangelo hasn't been here. It's not like they just lost him. We got to get over this. We're really missing Alex Pietrangelo. Well, no shit. But also, you got to Noah Hannafin, who, in my opinion, has been really good this year. Noah Hannafin doesn't make mistakes. Ever.
But he's being forced to play more minutes that he's not used to. And what suffered is his offensive production.
Sure, 100%. But here's
But Bobby Orr is there to save him.
Right.
Ben Bobby Orr Hutton.
Listen, Ben Bobby Orr Hutton has been the fucking beauty of the blue line.
He is the beauty.
But
Ben, we want you on the podcast, buddy.
He's the best.
We know you're a funny guy. We talked to you. Time to come sit with Sarina and I.
It's been 41 games. If they're discombobulated, you can throw these teams together. I just finished watching the World Juniors where guys have never played together in their entire life. They play together for 2 weeks and then they go play. They figure it out.
But the Golden Knights, how many games have they played together? The 6 of them.
Sure, but
no, not sure, but
hey, Eddie, every team is like that.
Right, but we're not talking about every team. We're talking about the Golden Knights.
Pietrangelo hasn't been here the whole year. Everybody's got to let that go.
I'm not hanging it on that. I'm talking about that as causation for why they're having difficulties in their struggles. Because most teams do have a bona fide number one defenseman. You would agree with that.
They do, but some of them are fucking dog shit.
Well,
But the Golden Knights got spoiled with having really good defensemen. And sure,
thanks,
you lose
Kelly.
a good one. I know, bigger problems in this world. But my point is, you can't still be discombobulated. Your forwards have been moving just as much. You don't look at Mitch Marner, who's now playing center, and go, well, they're really discombobulated. They fucking figure it out.
But scoring's down, so maybe they're not figuring it out that great. And they're on, until yesterday, they were on the worst track of their 9 years. 1-5-3 or something, right? So
they're professional athletes. There's no but I gave them a B-,
okay,
because I feel like it hasn't been terrible, right?
Okay.
Like I just don't think it's been that bad.
I think it's been one tiny step more bad than you.
But also
B-, C+.
The whole argument here, I think, truthfully, is that you watched however many years of Pietrangelo on the point in person, and I didn't. So I come in with a different viewpoint.
Probably.
Of sure, when you watch in person, it's completely different than when you watch on TV. Well, obviously, I've watched Pietrangelo since junior. I know how talented he is. But it's different because you can see, okay, this guy plays really well.
Plus, we see him 40 games a year live.
That's what I'm saying.
You know.
Like, it's a different mentality for you. All right, let's move on.
Moving on. Let's talk about the offense.
Okay, here we go. This will be an interesting one, I think. This will be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, probably.
Oh.
Ready?
Yeah. Ooh, close. We haven't got one the same yet.
No, we haven't. So, ladies first.
I gave them a B+ instead of a B because their power play's not terrible. They're like, what, 7th in the league or something like that on the power play, 5th or whatever. It changes like every day. But it's been decent, and considering that they were without Mark Stone for a while, that obviously affected the power play. It affected everything else. And then Eichel for 2 weeks.
9 games.
Whatever it was.
Or 9 games.
And I think that they've had some young guys, like we talked about, people going in and out of the lineup. You moved Mitch Marner to center. You had to move Mitch Marner to center. You had all these different things. And I think that's why I gave them a B+, because I really feel like they have not dropped the ball, really. Like, I'm sure if you ask Bruce, he'd be like the one day where he said, like, we just got to score more goals than the other team. Sure, right? So, but I think that realistically, I think that there's really only 3 lines that are putting the puck in the net for the Golden Knights. Like, the 4th line only has a few goals overall. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying that everybody is pulling their weight and I think doing what they need to do. But the potential is there to be better.
For sure, the potential is there to be better. And, the 4th line it's whatever's left pretty much.
By the way, congrats to Keegan for getting his first goal. Boom.
Okay, now that we got that, now that we,
I'm so happy about
No,
that. It was on the road.
right
Yeah.
now we need a whole bunch more. Do we need to get him closer to his career high? It's the same thing. They're decimated by injuries. They've got people playing out of their normal sort of assignments and slots, and lines and things like that. But they have gone through prolonged droughts where the scoring has been off. And that's the same argument for the defensemen. They're NHL players. They figure it out. But Mitch Marner is a bona fide superstar on the wing who never plays center. Now, is he adapting? 100%. You expect him to adapt. He was dismal in the dot the first game. You would expect that. He never took face-offs.
Against NHL players.
Right.
Yeah.
But he has steadily improved. He's in the 40s now. He practices it, I'm sure, religiously with Coach Ward, or Coach Farrell or whoever is doing those drills. But the depth scoring has just been a disaster. Yes, Riley Smith scored against Winnipeg. Brandon Saad scored against Chicago. But as a whole, Saad, Riley Smith, Howden started to score a little bit more. Kolasar, Sissons, Braden Bowman shot out of a cannon, gone into what it's not unexpected to go into a little drought. Things catch up. He got his first popcorn row a couple of games ago. I'm sure he took it to heart, but they need more people to chip in when things aren't going well. And a good part of the reason I think that they have gone through that prolonged skid that they're sort of trying to manage their way out of now is because not enough people were chipping in. The factors of why don't really matter. They're NHL players. They're paid lots and lots of dollars, millions of dollars. The toughest job in the room is the coach trying to figure out what the hell they're going to do each night. Right?
Listen, for real.
Honestly, it doesn't matter what he puts on the lineup card.
Yeah.
They have to turn it in, otherwise it's a minor penalty. But really, he could write he could write it in crayon, or he could take a piece of Charmin out of the trainer's room and say, we're going to start trying this. But that's irrelevant. They just need more guys to step up. You got $2 million in Riley Smith. You got $2 million in Brandon Saad. You've got Colton Sissons. Yes, he's more of a defensive guy. He takes a ton more D-zone faceoffs. That's what his sort of specialty is. By comparison, and this is another one of the biases I have because I watch every Golden Knights game. Last year when you had Nick Waugh between Kolasar and whoever, Nick Waugh, career high in points.
Yeah.
Keegan Kolasar, career high in points.
Different.
Brett Howden, career high in goals and points. Nick Waugh was the straw that stirred the fourth line. You can't get everything for free. The Golden Knights had to give up something significant to get Nick Waugh. I get 1,000% why Toronto took Nick Waugh, because Nick Waugh as a Golden Knight was way better than a fourth line center. He went up and played second line. He's a very, very versatile, very, very solid hockey player with an offensive upside. When you add Colton Sissons to that, you take away the offensive side. And the fourth line is, let's try and keep the puck out of the net and see if we can flip the momentum, downwind.
Okay.
So
what do we got next? We got to move this along.
Okay, moving right along. Let's talk about the penalty kill. Yeah, penalty kill is next.
I know people are probably expecting us to drop some big F on something.
How can
I just don't have the heart to do that.
There's nothing to drop an F.
People want controversy.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Similar.
Yeah.
Similar.
Close.
Probably for the same reasons.
The surprising thing is I don't think they have a shorty this year. Last year they had like 7.
Yeah.
And they're missing arguably their best penalty killer for the last 30-some games in William Karlsson. But they're stacked. When you can run Jack Eichel out on the first one, and you can run Mitch Marner on the second one, and you can run Mark Stone on the third one, I'm talking about the upfronts, right? And then you add Riley Smith, who's incredibly proficient.
Unbelievable.
And guys like Saad and Colton Sissons. They've had some flux. They are top 10 in PK, even with all of the missing Jack, missing Stone.
Mm-hmm.
They're just good.
Well, they can run third and fourth line guys and not have a problem.
Right. Even Keegan Colasar's been killing some penalties this year. They're deep and they're talented. It's an inexact science, killing penalties. Right. There's NHL guys trying to put the puck in your net. Yeah. But as a whole, they're really sound.
No issues.
And I don't expect that there's going to be any kind of a market drop off going through the next 41 games of the year.
I just think there's just been a couple things where I'm like, it wasn't spectacular, and maybe that's why I didn't give them an A. But I mean, A minus, B plus, same shit. We're in agreement.
Right.
Okay.
We're blowing through this. Mateus, how much time have we done so far? Oh, we're cruising along. Next up is the power play. We might get a little bit different on this one.
I will die if we have the same. Okay. Because we don't agree really on anything.
We really don't agree on too much. 1, 2.
It's pretty close. This is like an 83 to an 85% here.
Yeah. Listen, they're incredibly talented. The only lull that they've had, and you have to look at the percentage. The percentages are fifth in the league, 25, 26, a little tiny bit below what they were last season when they were second to Winnipeg. The eyeball test tells you that they're going, right? Yes, it's not perfect. They're not going to be in the 50 percentile, right? You can tell 1,000% it's a Mark Stone thing. When Mark Stone missed all those games, the power play went straight in the shitter.
Yeah.
Yes, Braden Bowman stepped in. He was more than admirable, having no experience in the NHL, to go down there and be the guy on the goal line and be the distributor and sort of the stirrer. When he's there, this power play has the potential to be electric. Tomas Hertl and Pavel Dorofeyev as a pair are leading the NHL in power play goals. They have their assigned roles. They excel at them. Dorofeyev has a monster shot from the offside wing. And Tomas Hertl, as you know, because we both stood next to him, is a house on skates. And Mark Stone is back. Jack Eichel is back. He's only got a couple of games under him. But you can see if you watch the Winnipeg game more than the Chicago game before that, you can start to see it's like when they put the big stick in the big pot and they start stirring it, the puck's moving a little bit faster. You can see Stone now starting to look. Is it up the wall to Jack? Is it into the bumper to Hertl? Is it across to Dorofeyev? You see all the options. The machination is starting to go. So I expect, barring injury, because that has to be the disclaimer on everything, this power play is going to continue to get better and better.
I gave them a B plus because pretty much for everything you just said, I think that they have the ability to be better, but I don't think it's as magical. I mean, you've seen a couple years ago when Edmonton's power play was literally the best ever in the National Hockey League. And, my friend Bill Lindsay, he was just like former Panther. He was like, I've never seen anything like it in my entire life. It is the strongest power play that's ever existed in the history of the world. And you could see it. And I'm not seeing that magic from these guys. Not yet at all. Part of the problem is the reason I never gave him an A is if they have Mitch back there quarterback, he's gotten caught a lot. And he obviously can't skate back. Like, he's not a defenseman. And it's just, I feel like it could be an A, but I personally don't think they're ever going to be number one in the league. I don't think they'll jump to number one in the league this year. I just think there's too many other teams like Edmonton and Colorado who are just way stronger up front and on the power play.
You know where Colorado is in the power play in the NHL?
I don't know. Where are they?
I don't know.
No.
But I think it's like 21st.
Well, I think, I don't know. But it's just they have a lot of good forwards and stuff, and I just don't see. But anyway.
Does the power play improve if you put Noah Hannafin or Shea Theodore back there to quarterback it?
Oh, fuck, I don't know. This conversation is something we always talk about, right? Like, it's like, I'm just not a five forward power play person because I've seen guys like Marner get caught, or whoever, not just Marner, but I like having a good defenseman like a Theodore back there, or Hannafin. But that's just me. That's what I like to see because I'm more of like a defensive minded, like, you know.
You know who I'd like to see quarterback the power play? Ben, Bobby, or Hutton.
Fucking right, Benny boy.
You know why? Because Ben does one thing all the time that none of them do all of the time. Shoots the puck at the net.
Fucking rights he does. That's
right?
Why he's got goals.
He is, for the D guys, he is first person. He's a shooter. And the fact that he gets the puck to the net. And when you get the puck to the net on the power play, you get the opportunity to maximize the man advantage when you've just got more bodies than the other guys, and you can get those greasy goals that Bruce is so fond of. So I wouldn't mind one bit seeing Ben, Bobby, or Hutton do a little QB on the PP.
Yeah, and for the record, people, stop screaming shoot. They can't always shoot on the power play. You understand if someone's in front of them and they shoot, they could turn the puck over. This is why we don't do that. That's a little side note lesson from teacher today. Okay, what's next?
Okay, coaching. Sorry, I keep.
I got some good reasons for this grade as well. We're just sitting here getting high off of Sharpies. Don't worry about it.
I am a little high.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Ooh.
Go first.
We almost agreed on something.
Look at that. It stood up by itself, too. Oh, it's against the mic stand. Sorry.
Yeah, it's magic. You are high.
Higher than the flying monkeys in the Wizard of Oz.
I gave an A as a positive thing. Not like, oh, they didn't get an A+ because of this. There's no coach in the National Hockey League or in the history of hockey that should ever get an A+. Let's be honest. But it's close. I think that everything that Bruce and staff have done this year, given what's happened with this team, the ins and outs of the lineup, and this guy hurt, and this guy hurt, and this guy hurt, Bruce hasn't missed a fucking beat. He's just sorted it. He's done the stuff behind the scenes. We watch stuff at practice, right? Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's try that. Implement it in games. And I think that Bruce has kept his cool a lot. He said what he needed to say when he needed to say it, but he has a pretty good ability of putting the right guys on the ice at the right time. So it's like, I trust Bruce's judgment completely. And I can't say that about every coach because I don't really care about other teams as much, but I just feel like because of everything behind the scenes that Bruce does with this team. The penalty kill, like we talked about. Honestly, I'm more impressed with the penalty kill overall than I am the power play because of the versatility of it, or like the amount of people that can play it. And I think Bruce just, he's got his finger on the pulse. I have zero complaints about it.
I think a case could be made that this is the best year he's coached and the hardest year that he's coached because of there's nothing static. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't had 18 skaters, the same 18 skaters, basically for any length of time during the season. So I applaud his ability to quickly analyze that something's not going right and just say, fuck it, I'm switching it. And a lot of coaches are reticent about, using the line blender. The fact that for the last, you could basically call it the entirety of the season because Hannafin got hurt in, the second or third game and then missed 15. He hasn't had a time where he can go to the rink, look in his office, know which 18 guys are going to play.
Poor fucking guy probably drives to who the fuck's going to get hurt today?
I mean, he must be the king of getting high on dry erase stuff. Sorry, Bruce, I don't think you do that. But conceptually, you must work the dry erase board harder than any coach right now. Yes, injuries are part of everybody. They they're getting the right amount of juice for the squeeze. The problem is that the juice isn't great yet. You know what I mean? They're squeezing it and they're getting it. I mean, this is, to me, one of the weirdest seasons that I can remember.
I think for a lot of teams.
Right? I mean, the Golden Knights are nowhere near what we expected them to be. I'm sure that they would agree with that. But they're in first place. And they're in first place in a weird division where, you know, Anaheim, everyone was like, oh, Q. Well, the bottom fell out of them. They're done.
What? It did? Remember when I got roasted for thinking Anaheim wasn't going to roll over everybody by a viewer?
Oh, that's right. What was that bitch's name?
Oh!
What was her name? Miss Kitty something or other?
I don't remember, but I was like,
okay.
Listen, I'm not saying they're not. Anyway, whatever. We're not here to talk about those guys.
Right. Listen, they're as dialed in as they can get because it's a fucking mystery bag every time they go to the rink. And until that settles down, hopefully it will settle down and they'll get some pieces back in. We're still kind of struggling to know what this team looks like. And that's from Jack as 1C to Akira Schmidt as the theoretically the second goalie. They have the consistency of oatmeal right now. And Bruce is managing to keep them afloat when lots of other boats would have sank given the adversity that this club has faced in the 41 games they've played.
I think what we need to, and this will move into our overall grade, what we need to keep in mind, every team, this team's only 9 years old. They've never had a shitty season. It's not going to last forever. However, there's two different ways to run a hockey team. Some have the highs and the lows, the highs, the peaks and the valleys. Others, like Tampa, prefer to keep it more steady. I think that's what Vegas does. They keep it more steady versus okay, fuck it, we're just going to rebuild.
Yeah, that's never going to happen here.
Right, but it's not always going to be a playoff team. It's not always going to be whatever. You can only charge along like a freight train for so long. The wheels are going to fall off the tracks, even if it's temporarily at some point. And the fans here have gotten so spoiled to being just like, well, this is what life is like. Oh, bitch, you don't know what life is like. Wait until you don't make the playoffs. Wait until you really got to buy the merchandise and you don't want to wear it.
I grew up during the Dead Wings era.
Right.
When they used to have to give away.
You did.
When they used to have to give a car away every game to get people in the seats.
You did.
Right.
It's right.
Hey, I can't fix stupid.
Okay, let's go to the overall here.
Okay.
So let's do this.
This one I think we're going to probably have different reasoning behind
1,000%.
why we get.
Let's scoot through this. Okay. The fact I put a happy face, that was not planned. That was Eddie put a frowny face.
Okay. This is basically because on one hand, if you're a straight results player, right? You just look at the stat lines. They're in first place. I'm talking about how they've played. Over the course of the first 41 games, we've seen them as a juggernaut, once or twice. We understand all the reasons. We've gone over all the reasons. If you told me that the team was C+ and they were in first place with games in hand, I'm okay with C+. It's not like there's any mystery in this conversation involved at all. They know exactly where they're deficient. They know exactly what they need to do to fix it, and they know exactly how to execute what it is that they need to do. In the first 41 games this year, they have gone through prolonged times where they haven't. Whether it was in the first part of the year, missing the alarm clock and having terrible first periods and chasing the games. Then there was a spell where their first periods were fantastic and teams battled back in the second, and the third was a pickup. What I'm trying to get at is there's no singular overarching consistency in their play from game 1 to game .41. So I think C plus is fair because they just have to be better at the things they need to be better at.
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of in the same boat. Like I put a B- with a happy face because
you see the upshot.
Right. Being what we just talked about with the team and the players and this and that and what Bruce has to go through every day, and considering the fact there, and I literally thought about this, because they are in first place is why I gave them a B. If they were in third, it doesn't matter how many points they got. If this was an overall conference thing, they wouldn't even it's not the same conversation. But the way the league is set up right now, they're technically in first place. So you know what? That's all you need to fucking do. C's get degrees, my friend. So I have a positive because I think that it's only going to go up from here. And I think you probably feel the same way.
Oh,
yeah.
100%.
Okay.
I believe they're going to figure it out. Might take a little bit of time. So we have one fan comment that I'm going to give to you, and then we're going to do the plugs and get out of here. Hannah69 sent in a previous episode, you talked about Mark Stone busting his bag on every shift. What? I'm a new hockey fan. Can you tell me what the bag is you're talking about?
No, stop it. That did not happen. Someone did not say that.
Hannah69.
Really? And I'm not making fun if somebody did, but Eddie always fucks with me and makes shit up, and then it didn't actually happen.
Could you explain?
Busting his bag, working his bag off.
What's his bag, though?
What do you mean his bag? His balls. Busting his balls off.
Okay, totally made that up.
Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. Let's wrap it up.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up. Let's see. We had a great watch party. We had a blast. We're going to do that again with the Ladies of the Night group. HockeyNightsVegas.com. That's the link tree if you don't want to look at my face and you just prefer to hear my voice. We are on Apple, iHeart, Spotify, any place you get your podcasts. We're on Instagram. What else we want to talk about? What did I miss? Oh, OUTBOX Media in the Arts District. Our friend Mateus has a big announcement coming soon. Now he's on the spot because I put it out there to the world. But we've got big things coming, big surprises coming for the podcast. Thanks to Dr. John Pierce at Ageless Forever for sponsoring the podcast. I love and appreciate my friend of over 30 years. I'm done. Done?
Yep, we're done.
All right. See you next week. We're out of here.